This is the Roulette Master, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe by hitting the red subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Also ring that bell for notifications because I have new content releasing every single day of the week at 8 a.m. And I want to apologize to everyone because my audio did not work in yesterday's video. So when I start this one, I'm going to go over yesterday's video as well and let you know what the progression is that the Mac Doctor came up with, which he also calls the Carsch progression. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you that first. And let's start with $10 on red. And basically this is a progression that is really long. However, normally that wouldn't work because you wouldn't, once you get a win, if you go back to the start, you wouldn't have enough money made up. So the way this system works is you have to get 2 wins before you return to the beginning. But we just lost there. The first bet is 10 and the second bet is also 10. So here we go again. Second bet for $10. Okay. Now the next bet's going to be $20. So let's stay on red. You can see we're down $20 so far. Okay, we finally got a win. But once you get past $10 with this system, you have to try to get 2 wins at the amount that you're on. And if you don't, you have to go forward in the progression again. So we need 2 wins here to go back to the beginning of the progression. Okay, we got them. So that means we start back over. Now we're up $20. So let's go ahead and go even on this one. We're starting back over. And the progression on this is 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 90, 140, 210, 310, 470, 700 is the progression on this one. Or if you play dollar units, it'd be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 14, 21, 31, 47, 70. And let's see, on that last one, we lost $10. So we're on the second $10 bet. And again, once you get past the second 10, you need 2 wins to return. Okay, so we lost. And now it's time to go to the $20 bet. Okay. We lost again. So now it's time for the $30 bet. And if we don't get the second, if we get the first one but not the second one, we go forward in the progression. So we lost again at 30. So now we're going to 40. Okay, we got it. But remember, we have to get 2 wins. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, we didn't get it. My mistake. Okay. So the next one in the progression is 60. And here we go. Okay, now we got it. And remember, though, we have to get 2 wins, and you can tell why, because we're still at minus 30. So if we get this second one on 60, we will start over. If we don't, we're going to go to 90. So we got it. Now we're up $30, and then you start back over again. So that's how this works. And again, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the front of the video. But again, it's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 14, 21, 31, 47, 70. And that's for dollar units. Or if you use $10 units, just add another 0 there. You can see on that last one, we lost. So we're to our second $10 bet. Okay, and if you win on the 10, you just restart again. So we're back to the first $10 bet again. And let's go red. Okay, we got it. So now we're up $40, and then you just, anytime you win when you're on 10, you just start back over. Let's go red again. Okay, we won, so let's stay on red till it kicks us off. And we're at 50 now. Okay, so then we hit a black. So then we're on to our second 10. And I think you have a good idea of how this system works now. The main thing will be writing down the progression. Okay, and we got that one there. So that's how that system works. And again, that was sent in by the Mac Doctor, and he calls that the Carsch progression. Just needs 2 wins instead of 1 to return once you get past the first 2 bets. And also, too, I wanted to talk to everyone about the playing roulette without losing system. I still haven't lost in the casino with that system. However, I've been testing it at home on the app for longer periods, and I did have a session last night where I went for like almost an hour and a half, and finally I got in trouble with it, and got down about $1,400 on the app, and then I eventually did climb back being up again. But I wanted to talk to everybody about that. I think it would be good for some players to let me get rid of this pop-up here. I think it would be good for some players to have a stop loss on that system, because if you think about it, it pretty much makes money as fast as playing Martingale, except you could play it to where your stop loss is, say, $500 instead of $1,000, like with Martingale. And if you could make the same earnings on that and have a stop loss where, and it could be much lower than that, it could be $200 or $300. I think that would be good for a lot of people on that one. But like I said, I did eventually, since I started with a large startup fund like I would do when I go to the casino. Even though I got down that much, I did find my way back and ended up ahead again. But that can be a little bit scary for some. So for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I'll do one more example of that. It's just betting on first and second 12. And if third 12 hits, you sit out until something that's not third 12 hits. And then you increase by 2 units. So, and also when you win, like we just did, you just hit rebet and keep going. But the good thing is, like I said, I haven't lost at the casino yet using it, which is pretty cool. And it takes a lot for me to get away from the Play Like a Pro system, which I use a lot in the casino. And remember, zeros are just like third 12s with this system, because we lost there. And then you just sit out and spin until you don't hit a 0 or a third 12, and then you increase by 2 units. Okay, so then we go from 10 to 30, and then if we win, we go back to the start, because that means we're at an all-time high. If we lose, like we just did there, we sit out again, and we spin till we don't hit a 0 or a third 12, and then we increase by 2 more units, so we go from 30 to 50. And the beauty of this system is what you just saw there, which is we just hit a third 12 without, where we spun without betting, and it didn't cost us a thing. So now it's time to bet, because we didn't hit third 12 and we didn't hit zeros. So now we go to 50. Okay, and we got the win. However, we're not up to where we were before. So that means we have to rebet that same amount. And if we win, we go back to the start. If we lose, we sit out, and then the next series starts at $70. I know the bets seem like they get high, but if you have a large startup fund, and we did get it there, so we go back to the start now. But if you have a large startup fund, you will eventually get a bunch of wins in a row when you're playing 212s. But sometimes you can go on a bad run as well. And just like when I was doing all those reps last night, you can see there's another loss. So we want to remember we were up $90. That's very important. Then we sit out until a third 12 or a 0 doesn't hit. But it's really important with this system to remember where you're at, because you have to get back there to continually make profit. But I love how when you hit zeros or third 12s with this system, like we did on the last two, it doesn't cost us a thing. And see, it did it again. We would have lost the last three. And I know some of you, when I'm spinning without betting, you're like, hey, I can't do that. But on the automated ones I play at the casino, it usually lets me place opposing bets. So I put like $1 or whatever the minimum is, dollar on red, dollar on black. There's also, but you can also sit out at a table as long as you're not sitting down. And every casino is a little bit different with that. So we're still sitting out. Still sitting out. So look how many times we would have lost there in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we didn't lose anything. So here we go. And again, to keep an automated machine going, you can't do this spinning without betting, but you can place small opposing bets, or just a small bet on red or black works as well. And okay, so then now it's time to up the bet. And that was a long sit out there, but it saved us a lot of money. And there we go. So then we restart again. Again, and if you lose, you sit out again, and then you increase the bet. So that works pretty well. Also, sometimes you get a lot of these in a row. Like you can get up to 10 or more of these wins in a row sometimes when you have 2 12s covered. But like I said, you can also have really bad luck. So that's what I like about this system, is that you can have long strings of third 12s and zeros that don't cost you. So there's a loss, and we know that we have to sit out or do those opposing bets like I was talking about, or just really small bets that are insignificant. That works as well. So another one. See how much money that's saving us? But we need to remember we were up $100. That's key. There's another one. So that saved us again. Look at 3 in a row. Open, I accidentally bet on that one. That was a mistake. Okay. So sometimes when I'm talking, I make mistakes, but when I play at the casino, I'm much more focused because I don't have two things going on at once. But let's go ahead and keep spending without betting, just like we were, because you should never bet when a third 12 hits. Okay, so now it's time to bet, and we'll go back to 30. And then again, if we lose, we sit out and then go to 50. So always two units. Okay, we won. And we go back to the start. The reason we don't have quite as much as we had before was just that mistake that I made there. Okay, here we go. Okay, and I think you have a good idea for the system. I've made a bunch of videos on it, but I really like it. It takes, like I said, it takes a lot for me to use something that's not a play like a pro, because I use that in a few other things, but I always have that as part of the way that I play. But then the last few nights I've just been playing with this system and have made a lot of money. So definitely give it a try. But for those of you that don't want to risk a lot, I would just start out with dollar units instead of $10 units, and just increase by 2 after you sit out. And let me know down in the comments how you guys do. Also, if you have a system you've been using that you really like, please send it in. I would love to make a video about it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the red subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Also ring that bell for notifications, because I have new content releasing every single day of the week at 8 a.m. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day.